Hey, 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 my lovelies. Welcome. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Today we're doing the daily vibration for February 9th, 2020, and we're vibrating on the number 6 today, okay? Now, really quickly before we jump into today's vibration, I do want to remind you guys, these daily vibrations are uploaded every day at 12:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, not just here on YouTube, but also on my podcast. Okay, so if you're tuning in via YouTube, make sure you check out the description box below where you can gain all the information about the monthly specials, as well as where you can make your donation for the specials and how you can contact me if you have questions. Okay, if you're tuning in via my podcast, I will make sure to give you all of that information at the end of the segment. So I've made some changes to the channel. I am now going to be going live more during the day. I've had to remove Pay It Forward Friday from my calendar, and I think I might get into that a little bit more on the live. So you guys can definitely make sure you hit the notification button on YouTube, so you can know when I've jumped on for a random live. I'll be doing that more now during the week, okay? So intuition. Let's talk about intuition. So you know that intuition is available to you all day, every day, and it is really your choice as to whether or not you want to participate in your intuition, right? Because your intuition leads you to opportunities, right? So your choice as to whether or not that is something that you want to participate and take part in, okay? So intuition is in the atmosphere today, as well as balance and harmony is in the atmosphere today. Healing energy is still in the atmosphere today, so you want to be mindful about that, as well as honesty and maybe having to make some adjustments may be key for some of you today, okay? Lower vibrational end of the number 6 today, we do have superiority complex in the atmosphere today, as well as maybe even restless energy. So now shallowness is also in the atmosphere. Unsupportiveness is in the atmosphere, as well as selfish energy is in the atmosphere today. The question that I'm posing today, my loves, is rejection. Rejection. Let's talk about rejection. I like to say your rejection is your protection, but I really want to know, how do you handle rejection? How do you handle rejection? What are your triggers? Do you overspend, like go on a shopping binge? Do you overeat? Do you get overly emotional, right? What do you do when you feel like you're being rejected? Do you find the silver lining in the clouds, right? Do you go to, okay, rejection is my protection? Do you go there, or do you sit up in a negative aspect of feeling unwanted, unworthy, unloved, and definitely limited in your own power, right? So I asked this question because I told you guys for this week there's been a series of awakening moments and a series of truths coming out during the week. May it be through conversations, or may it be this through the way somebody interacts with me, or the way I see someone handle things, okay? And I'm not just talking about everyday people that you might meet in the supermarket. I'm talking about, family member, friends, things unfolding on that dynamic that definitely has me feeling rejection is my protection, right? And we talked yesterday about perception. Like, what is your perception? Is your perception one with limited belief and a limited belief system, or is your perception that all things work out for your greatest good and your higher purpose? Like, what are you perceiving things to be, right? That was what we talked about yesterday. Now today we definitely want to know, or we want to look at, however, right, how do you handle rejection? It's going to be important for you to be able to understand these are the aspects of yourself, right? Because these are the aspects of yourself really produce an emotional trigger, right? These are the aspects of yourself can also tap into trauma. Remember, a couple of days we talked about trauma, right? So rejection can also tap into trauma that may not have necessarily been healed, right? And we also talked about yesterday how other people's perception are really based on their upbringing, their belief system, and their experiences, right? So how you deal with rejection, how you handle rejection, will say a lot of how you can pinpoint your triggers, okay? So think about that today, right? Rejection as I would like to say, is for protection. Okay, that's my thing. Rejection is my protection, right? That's just my thing. Okay. However, how do you handle rejection, and how do you process rejection? How do you overcome what you may feel as being rejection, right? Think about that today. That's the question today that we're pondering. All right. Now, let's go to our Queen of the Moon Oracle cards today for the wisdom. Okay. We're going to start off with Aquarius because we're in Aquarius season. Okay. And we're just going to pull one wisdom card, one oracle card here for my wonderful Aquarius. So we're thanking just the, the energy in the atmosphere, our guides, our angels, our ancestors. We're thanking our higher self, the divine masculine and feminine energy. We're just thanking all of the energy in the atmosphere that's here to help, guide, protect, encourage, motivate, inspire, and just give us the strength and the courage to take action with boldness when needed. So Aquarius, you have sovereignty popping up as your message today, and there's nothing like spiritual sovereignty, because spiritual sovereignty lets you know exactly what your powers are, and how you have a right, how you are in what's the word, rightfully entitled, right, to manifest and take dominion, okay, in this earthly realm, like you really are. Okay. Now, Geminis, today you have self-love popping up as your wisdom. So be mindful of that, okay? So Aquarius have to look at their sovereignty and think about what do you feel your sovereign, what do you feel that you've been missing out that's your birthright? Spiritually, right? So because your spiritual sovereignty can actually manifest everything that you need in a physical manner, or in this physical dimension. So really start with your spiritual sovereignty, Aquarius. Okay, Gemini, self-love is going to be key. Libras, the masculine is popping in. So I kind of feel like Libras today, you may have to take a look at your logical side, not too much in your emotions, definitely not sticking your head in the sand today, but taking a look at things logically. Adjustments may be needed today, Libras. Okay. Earth signs, we're going to start off with my wonderful Taurus, okay? Today your message is beginnings, Taurus, okay? Remember, we're now in a new cycle, and every day really can yield you new beginnings if you're open to it, okay? Sometimes we're just stuck replaying the same old negative mental mind loops, so we keep getting the same old experiences in our daily lives, okay? Virgos, today is all about boundaries, whether you have to set healthy boundaries or you may have to abide by someone else's boundaries is going to be key for you today. Remember, there is healing energy in the atmosphere, and don't take everything so personal today, okay? Capricorns, you do have fruitation in the atmosphere today, and I kind of feel like you do need to pay attention, okay? The plate you dish out is the plate you serve, so be mindful of how you are responding to things, okay? Balance and harmony is going to be key. Don't give things too much of your attention, my wonderful Capricorns, that is not warranted. Okay, if it's not needed, don't give too much attention to it. Okay, all right. Aries, your message today is the resilient card. Okay, today is asking you to push past maybe some uncomfortable situation, or maybe step out of your box a little bit today. Definitely to press forward and know that there is what's that? There is what's the word? There is, what's that word when you say there's something on the other side? Not the pot of gold on the other side. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's not the pot of gold. The word is at the tip of my tongue, but it's not coming out. But there is, let's say there is sun after the rain. Let me just put it that way, because the other word is not coming to me. So there is sunshine after the rain, okay? Just be mindful of that, my wonderful Aries, all right? Can I say Sagittarius? This card was showing up at the bottom of the deck when I just shuffled, and I put it back in, and I shuffled again, and you have assessing popping out. So it feels like you're going to be assessing everything and taking a look at everything, my wonderful, wonderful Sagittarius. And then not only are you going to be taking a look at everything, but you're also going to be making the adjustments where you feel they need to be made. So just be mindful of that as you're moving through this energy, okay, Sagittarius? Leos, your message today is to purify, okay, or purity, really, okay. Some of you are going to have to go back to the basics and come clean, Leos. And I kind of feel like it's not so much a coming clean with others for some of you. It's more of a coming clean with yourself, because there's healing energy in the atmosphere for my wonderful Leos, okay? So now we're going to deal with my wonderful water sign, starting off with Cancer. Your message today is focus, okay? So this is what you need to do today. Focus. Don't give your attention to anything that you do not need to multiply itself in your life, okay? Definitely pay attention to your emotions, especially if you feel like you're swimming on the water emotionally. Focus, okay? Focus. All right, my wonderful Cancers, focus on what you desire to experience, not on the shit that you don't want to experience and the things that made you feel sad or the things that made you feel angry. Focus on the things you truly desire to experience, okay? All right, my wonderful Pisces, you have the void, okay? Now, in the void sometimes can make you feel lonely. It can make you even feel like you're walking through like a dark night of the soul, like nothing is just not happening. Nothing is moving, right? But can I tell you, Pisces, that it is within the void that all creation begins, okay? Be still and know should be your mantra. You know that? Well, what's that scripture? Be still and know that I am God. But that should be your mantra. Be still and know that everything that you desire to experience is yours to experience. Now, that can also play out on the fear aspect as well as the love aspect, okay? Be mindful of that. Whatever energy or whatever thoughts you give energy to is what's going to manifest, my wonderful Pisces, so choose wisely, okay? Scorpio, you have action popping up today, Scorpio, so you may have to take action, and action may be required for some of you today, my wonderful Scorpio, so do so. Adjustments is in the atmosphere today, as well as honesty and healing, so be mindful of that, okay, my loves? Now, as you're moving throughout your day today, really think about how you handle rejection. Okay, how do you deal with that? That's going to be important, so you can find out exactly what your emotional response to things are, and what your personal triggers are emotionally, or maybe even mentally. Okay, if you feel like you've been self sabotaging, this could be a good way for you to identify why you sabotage, okay? So be mindful, my love, that you cannot be happy and sad at the same time. You get to choose states at any time as to where you want to live. You want to live in sadness, or you want to live in bliss. It's really your choice, okay? Is it easy? It becomes easy once you've mastered how to change state. It becomes easy once you've mastered how to position yourself in a place of just positive vibration. It becomes easy, but it takes work. And sometimes the work is, doing your mantras all day. Sometimes the work is meditating more than you would normally. Sometimes the work is just feeling at peace and knowing that peace resides within. The work is not, the work, it could be very simple in form, but to some of us, depending on what we've had to experience, could be very, very difficult process as we go through it step by step. Okay, so the work itself is simple. The process that it takes to do the work could be what we may find to be the difficult part of this journey. Okay, now, with that being said, pay attention to, once again, how you respond to rejection. That's going to teach you a lot about yourself, okay? Don't forget, my loves, if you're tuning in via YouTube, check out the description box below, where you can find all of my information and the monthly specials. If you're tuning in via my podcast, you can definitely email me if you have any questions about the monthly special or my classes. My email address is the number 4 yourinnervoice@gmail.com. Once again, email address is the number 4 yourinnervoice@gmail.com. If you're interested in the full moon meditation and you're listening to this vibration before 5 p.m. Eastern Standard on the 9th of February today, you guys can definitely submit your donations of $20 for this the full moon meditation that we're having today. And the donations can go to either my Cash App, which is $KIMOY106. Once again, that's $KIMOY106. or you guys can PayPal it, right? So my PayPal address and my email address are also the same. So that's the number 4, your inner voice at gmail.com. Once again, the number 4, your inner voice at gmail.com. Now, if you're not able to join us, right, on this new moon, the full moon meditation today, the 9th, you guys can circle on back and join us on the new moon meditation on February 23rd. That is also going to be a donation of $20. Within this meditation, we release old energy as well as do a little Reiki healing energy. We tap into our Akashic field, and we do discuss spiritual topics here. The same kind of vibe that we do in Paid Forward Friday is the same vibe that we have in these meditations. It's just that there is a meditative, a guided meditative aspect, okay, that we go through. So I look forward to seeing a lot of you here in the meditations. Okay, so be kind to yourself. Do something kind for yourself. Honor yourself. Love yourself. Okay, be true to yourself. Really think about today. Like, what does rejection mean to you? As well as how do you handle rejection? Okay, all right, my loves, we will chop it up again tomorrow. Make sure you drop comments and let me know how you feel. And I will see you guys in the daily tomorrow, as well as your individuals. They'll be coming out next week. Okay, all right, bye, my loves.